Hi everyone, today we are discussing Dhurandhar. And let me say this right at the start, Aditya Dhar has made a potentially brilliant film and then, unfortunately, dumped it down. Before getting into that, let's clear two criticisms that popped up before the film even released. The violence and the age gap between Ranveer Singh and Sara Arjun. Yes, the violence is intense. Even fans of gore films might flinch once or twice. But there is a huge difference between glorifying violence and showing it. Dhurandhar mostly shows violence, and given where the story is set, this is the bare minimum. It reflects the ecosystem. It is not trying to excite the gore hungry. Now, the age gap complaint. Yes, Ranveer is 40 and Sara is 20, and the characters do have a romantic subplot. There is one early scene where she looks extremely young and it feels slightly uncomfortable, but then the film clarifies it. Her character is 19, his is perceived as being in his mid 30s. So within the script, the casting actually makes sense. So, no, these two pre release criticisms are not good reasons to skip the film. The only legitimate reason to avoid it is if you can't handle graphic violence. And honestly, the trailer already warns you. For everyone else, Dhurandhar is an engaging watch with a few issues. The biggest of these is the director's urge to spoon feed patriotism. Someone needs to sit Aditya Dhar down and say, you don't need to keep reminding patriotic Indians about the horrors our country has faced. It is actually a bit offensive to assume that we would not remember. If the intention was to explain historical terror plots to younger audiences, fine, but even then, the film did not need documentary style fillers. Let people learn the history, process it, and then appreciate how the movie depicts it. The story itself would have been more powerful without the sermonizing. That said, Dhurandhar is still a moving tribute to India's bravest. R. Madhavan sets the ball rolling as the IB chief with a stellar performance. Ranveer enters soon after, and cleverly, his character doesn't try to dominate every frame. The first big action scene is a little underwhelming, but the moment Akshay Khanna enters as Rahman Daket, the movie lifts. He carries much of the first half while Ranveer's arc slowly tightens around the plot. The romance, honestly, it was an irritant, but it was understandable within the context of the story. However, the love song and the dance number were absolutely unnecessary, but luckily the story regains momentum quickly. One of the smartest bits of writing is the way the film handles the build-up to the aftermath of the 26/11 attacks. The audience, just like Ranveer's character, gets distracted by other exciting story threads. So when we suddenly cut to the Pakistani celebrations, it hits extremely hard, especially the camera lingering on Ranveer's face. The moment is excellent storytelling. Arjun Rampal, despite what the trailer promised, feels underused. Maybe he'll dominate part 2, which is coming in March 2026. Sanjay Dutt, sadly, is somewhat wasted due to how the character is written. There are a couple of shoddy effects, yes, but overall, the budget is visible on screen, and it is refreshing to finally see a big Bollywood movie actually looking big budget. The second half moves at a perfect pace, neither too rushed nor dragging, and the climactic fight is gripping. But just when you think the film is trusting the audience, we get that annoying flashback explaining why a character must die. A classic example of dumbing things down. The film didn't need it, we didn't need it, and Aditya Dhar is far too talented to keep limiting himself like this. As a director, he has to break free from the cage of over-explaining and trust his audience to keep up. All things said, the movie is definitely worth a watch in the theaters. So if you have the stomach for the violence, do check it out and let us know what you thought. Thanks for watching.